So sitting comfortably, finding those sit bones so that you've got that lovely connection with the ground, with the earth. And change the cross of your legs, whichever, if you have got your legs crossed, if they went one way automatically, send them the other way. And if cross-legged is not good for you, then find another seated position. And it might just be that you pop a cushion under your hips if they're not feeling fabulous today yet, and or extend your legs out. So, time to put everything else aside. So bundle it all up, put it outside the door, chuck it out the window, do what you need to do with it, and bring your attention back to yourself. So give yourself a nice sort of attention hug. Think about the space around you, not just the space within you. And today we're going to be occupying that space around us as well. So you can be filling that up with every breath, filling that up with light and warmth and just a joyful expansion. And with every out breath, just pushing that other stuff just slightly away to the peripheral areas. So the neck is long, crown of the head lifted up, and think about your breath. So breathing in throughout your practice all the way through your nose, only through your nostrils, and breathing out mouth or nostrils, up to you. And you might want to change that as you go through your practice. Practice is your practice, do what works for you. So we're tall in the spine, and then it's a little bit of let's send the mid back and the lower back out. So let's just roll the mid back out behind. Your chest will come forward and round. Bring your chin to your chest. You might feel that quite strong in the back of your neck, maybe even right up into the back of your skull. So we're just rounding the back a little. Hold on to your knees so you don't roll over backwards. And then very slowly bringing your chest up, bringing your chin up, straightening out. And then as if you're pushing your lower back forward, well, you are pushing your lower back forward, and your mid back, but we keep the chest proud, keep the chest up. We've got a little bit of length in the front of the body. We're just moving the lower back and mid back forwards now. And then coming back to neutral. So from here, from that big push back, big push forward, find where neutral is for you. And your sit bones will help you find it. And then let's take the right shoulder up. Right shoulder comes all the way up. Lifting it up towards your ear, trying not to change the angle of your head. It's quite difficult to do. You'll want to lean over. So stay upright with your head. So that shoulder coming right up. And then very slowly, we're taking it back down again. Take the left shoulder up. And mid back, neutral here. And then let's take that left shoulder up a little higher and then back down. Give yourself some space in the front of the body, lifting your sternum away from your pelvis. Just a tiny bit. That's such a small movement, but you give yourself that space. And then taking your shoulder blades together, taking your arms out. So as if you were trying to take the backs of your hands to meet each other behind your back. And here, let's give the breath some attention again. So inhaling through your nostrils. Exhaling through your mouth. On the inhale this time, taking your shoulder blades even closer together. And on the exhale, bringing your arms round and rounding the back. As you are hugging a tree. Inhaling, lifting up, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling as well, finishing off that movement. Exhaling, coming round. Hug that tree. Inhaling, opening up and maybe sending the chest forwards this time. Remembering to put your chin up towards the ceiling And then bringing the arms round, opposite arm on top this time. And then once more, opening up, stretching through your elbows, through your hands, the fingers, and then coming all the way back round. And then coming back to neutral spine. So a little bit of warming up there. And then back to chin to chest. Dropping your head, chin nicely tucked in. So a little bit of pressure there as if you're trying to push the chin into the top of your chest, maybe even through the top of your chest. Engaging along the bottom of your jaw, into your neck, and soften through your shoulders at the same time, which is more challenging than it sounds. So give it a go and see how you get on with that. And then lifting your head, chin all the way up, taking your chin up towards the ceiling now and letting the back of your head be nestled on the top of your back, fully supported there. Sending your chin up towards the ceiling. So you've got that nice big stretch in the front of the neck, the throat, right down into the top of the chest. Still keeping that lovely breath going in and out, nice and steady. We are going to focus on the breath in a moment, just opening everything up before we start. And then coming back to center with the head. Let's take the right ear to the right shoulder and stretch your left hand away if that feels good. If it doesn't, or if you're quite happy just with that side stretch, stay there without using your arm, but otherwise just intensifying the stretch a little and settle into that stretch. Let go of any tension in the soles of your feet and your thighs. So we have that constant battle of awareness where you need to keep your attention on your spine to make sure that you're still long, still elevated through your spine. But you're trying also to relax your hips and your thighs. And then we're going to take off that pressure on the arm first. Bring it back to your lap or your knee and then head back to center. And let's head over to the left side. So left ear to your left shoulder, shoulders staying still, and then right arm. If you did this on the other side, do the same on this side. So keeping that breath coming and going nice and steady. And just ease into this again, looking for any tension in your thighs and your feet, but maintaining a little bit of lift in the sternum, in the sides of your body. And then we're releasing off on the arm first. So bring your arm back to the knee and then head back up to center. So let's take the chin to the right shoulder or over the right shoulder. So looking around and then coming back to center and looking around to the left. Coming back to center, looking around to the right. Coming back to center, looking around to the left. And then back to center. Okay, change the cross of your legs. And let's come into just some dedicated breath work here. So Nadi Shodhana, now we're going to balance the breath. So we're going to take your dominant hand. I've got my right hand I'm going to be using. Tuck in the first two fingers. So we just use the thumb and the ring finger. If that's all too awkward, you're always welcome to just use both hands, or you can pop your two fingers just at the meeting point of your eyebrows and swivel the fingers that way. Okay, so we're just going to block the left side to start with. We're still keeping that lovely posture, so make sure that you are lifted and long, but still relaxed. So that constant checking in, checking in, checking in. So we're going to be breathing exclusively in and out through the nostrils here. So gently close your mouth. We don't need the mouth at the moment. And we will start. So closing the left side, nice big inhale on the right. Switch and exhale. Inhale Block the left, switch to exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, and you go for 3 rounds at your own pace, always switching on the exhale. You want to inhale fully before switching to exhale. If you're comfortable, making the breaths a little longer, extending to the fullest capacity of your out held breath in terms of the pace there, and your in breath. And then when you're ready, bringing your hand back down onto your knees, then bring them to clasp together, breathing in through both nostrils, just your nostrils, twisting the hands around. So we've just got the hands clasped, taking them over to the left, towards you, to the right, away. It's just a nice roll for your wrists. And then if you can, the other way. So noticing perhaps how the breath feels coming in and out through your nostrils. And then maintaining just nostril breath for a little while through our practice before switching to exhaling through the mouth if that feels good for you. And we're just twisting. So the left back of your left hand comes towards your face, and then you turn so the back of your right hand comes towards your face. Twisting and turning. And I wonder if you've got lots of clicks going on. I have. Sticky wrists. And then extending your arms outwards, pushing away, stretching through your elbows, keeping the whole of your back lifted and long, but allowing your shoulders to move forward. So you'll be rounding a little in the top of your back, just the very top part of your back. Try not to send your mid back out behind you. So stretching away, and then taking that stretch out to the sides, reaching as far as you can. Again, sending them behind you, and then bringing them back. Nice big stretch. And then let's give them a little bit of a shake. So let's raise the energy here. And we're going to come up to standing. So come into a squat on our way. So squat however works for you. If you are happy on your flat feet, go to your flat feet, otherwise up on toes. And then let's have a little shuffle around. Get those ankles moving a little. So taking your legs a little further apart. Just slide the hips from side to side. And as they do, bring yourself up onto your toes. If you're already up on toes, you're still going to be moving through the ankles. Nice opportunity to really press into the toes. So stretching through all of your toes, even the little toes that might be rolling your foot in and out to the left and to the right as you are over there. And either using the floor for support or resting a little gently onto your knees. And if this is a little challenging, experiment with coming up a little higher, or bringing your legs a little closer together and not moving quite so much, or taking your legs further apart. So really tap into what works for you. So we're warming up the ankles and the thighs, and then come to settling in the middle. I'm going to lift a little to come into goddess. So give yourself some space. It might be that you need to take your feet a little further apart, arms coming out to the sides, hands, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling, and take a big breath. and sink a little. The goddess is a strength posture. We need to be nice and strong here, as all good goddesses are. And lift your sternum away from your pelvis. And got some space in the front of the body, not leaning forward. Nice and neutral. And holding. And then slowly coming up. Squeeze your glutes. Straighten through your legs. And folding forward. So taking your hands just to lie in the lower back. Coming forward halfway. Lift your kneecaps, folding forward all the way. So this lovely forward fold, wide-legged, Prasarita Balutasana. Hands are relaxed in the small of your back, just around your sacrum. And this is our first inversion, so let's just enjoy that blood flow. Let your head and neck be completely at rest. Just notice the soles of your feet. Are you gripping hold of the floor? Can you relax the soles of your feet a little? And we're going to come up to standing again. If you can, with a flat back. So engage your pelvic floor before you start that movement. Lift the pelvic floor, strong in the legs. If that feels too strong, then you're rolling to come up. Otherwise, you're flat backed. And come back to that. Let's extend the arms out. We're going to do a little bit of side stretching today. So we're going to take the right toes towards the narrow end of the mat. Left foot adjusts to where it works for you. Coming into triangle. So relax your shoulders, lengthen your arms, looking over to the right, extending right, sliding forwards, and then taking your right hand down, left arm comes up. Bringing your hand just to the inside edge. If you've been doing a lot, if this feels like a lot, and use your leg to lean on. We're looking for a stretch in the left side. So leaning on this extended front leg is not any form of cheating or taking an easy option. It's allowing that stretch to happen. So moving away from your left hip with the left fingertips, stretching up. Remembering to breathe. And your gaze is forward, neck is long. And if you can still give some attention to your pelvic floor and keep that slight bit of engagement coming and going, that really helps. We're going to come out here by lifting and then twisting, and then coming out, turning the foot. So turning the right foot and the left toes pointing towards the narrow end of your mat, and you're looking over to the left side as well. You're going to slide left and then tilting. Tilting. Belly button towards the spine. Lifting your pelvic floor. Check to see if your face is relaxed, if your jaw is relaxed. The best way to check is to see if you can smile. And then just noticing here if you are roughly in line. So that's your right shoulder being above your left shoulder. Remember to breathe. If you've been doing quite a bit recently, this will probably feel really nice around your hip and in the side of your body. And if it feels too much, you can always ease off and you don't have to be bent over quite so much. Remember to keep a little bit of a bend in the knees, especially the left knee here. And then we're going to be lifting to come up. So lifting up, coming out, toes both facing forwards, taking your hands to your hips, and then we're coming into Prasarita Padmasana one more time. So slow fold, this time really sending your hips out behind you. You'll feel your weight into your heels here. Remember to bend your knees just a tiny bit. And then folding forward all the way. Folding forward all the way, allowing your head and neck to be completely at rest, maybe even closing your eyes if that feels safe for you to do so. Hands are wherever you feel, on your hips or down by your feet. Just making the most of this inversion, a little bit of engagement around the belly, around your pelvic floor, and lengthen through your body. Sometimes here we are a little bit rounded, not quite extended. See if you can extend your spine, but still keep that softness in your neck. And taking your hands to the floor, we're going to take the right hand over to the left foot or left leg on the floor around your left foot. We're going to come into a twist. So as soon as you take your right hand over to your left leg, you're going to be starting to move your hips out of line. So if that has happened for you, bring them back to center, and you might have to adjust where that right hand goes. It might be that you're just holding on around the shin, around the calf, and not the ankle. We're going to extend the spine, lengthen through your spine, and then taking the left arm up and coming into a lovely twist here. A wide-legged twist, using your right arm as your anchor here to help pull you round. The left shoulder opening out. Left hand up towards the ceiling and knees not locked. What's happening with the head and neck here? Can you find some softness there? Just allow it to be. Don't feel you have to hold your head in any particular position. And watch out for your hips because they're going to really want to go over to the left side. See if you can try and keep them as central as possible. Notice how you're distributing the weight between your feet. It should be even, or as even as possible. And let's swap over to the other side. The left arm coming down, go slowly. Left hand over to the right leg. Take a breath. Just notice where your hips are. Check your knees are slightly bent. And then let's extend that right arm up. Well done. Paying really lovely attention to your alignment, to your posture. Keeping the hips level. Again, belly button tucked in. Pelvic floor engaged. That right shoulder nice and open. And always adapting, always allowing and honoring. Allowing isn't the right word. Honoring all the difficult things your body's been through and done in your life. Your shoulders are not going to have the same mobility. Your right hip and your left hip and your right knee and your left knee are not going to be identical by this stage in our lives. They may not have been identical right from the get-go. And that's okay. But noticing what is true and real for us and honoring that is so much a part of yoga. And there I am, chatting away, keeping you in this posture. Let's release. Right hand back down and take your hands to the floor. Bring your hands flat to the floor and lower your head. Let your head and neck be at rest here. Big inhales and exhales. And then we're uncurling to come out. And at the same time, we're going to walk the feet in. So walk your feet in, starting to lift away from the floor. Nice and slow, all the way up. So a little bit of a back bend here. We're going to come into Chandrasana. We're coming up to that full moon soon. So standing in Tadasana, hips above your heels, feet hip width apart, opening your hands to face forwards, lifting your chest, tucking your hips under just a little, and then we're going to inhale, arms slowly up when you're ready, bringing your hands to meet each other, so palms touching, looking up, so look up towards your hands. Keep your shoulders lowered, so shoulders are down, not up by your ears. Looking up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to send the hips forward. So sending the hips forward, then lifting the chest, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. And then straightening out towards the ceiling. Extending your arms out to the side. So stretching your arms out. And then we're rolling down, coming into tabletop position. So we're in our tabletop. Shadowing the hands with the shoulders, the knees with the hips, making sure that you've got enough length there. Quite often we don't give ourselves as much length as we need to honor the whole of the spine there and encourage it to be as long as possible. So let's start with Chakravakasana. So we're taking the belly down to the mat, lifting the hips, lifting the head, and then uncurling or curling, whichever way you want to look at it, to come into our cat. So here, move at your own pace. We inhale to take the belly down to the mat. Exhale to curl the hips forward, the chin in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Tuck your toes under and let's push back. Taking your heels, your heels stay where they are. Taking your hips towards your heels, using your hands and arms to push yourself gently back. Pressing the toes nice and wide. And then releasing the toes and coming back into Balasana. So take your knees wide if you'd like to, or bring yourself to lie over your thighs. Use whichever version of Balasana calls to you this morning or today. But find a space which feels really relaxing and releasing, where you can just let go and be for a moment. Focusing on the breath, focusing on the sensations in your body. Relaxing through your toes, soles of your feet, your knees, your hips, your shoulders. Maybe here looking for a sense of peace and expansiveness around the jaw and around the forehead. And slowly drawing up, coming all the way up to kneeling. So kneeling can be a tricky one for some. If it is, let's find a different position for you. Maybe taking your feet out to the sides. Maybe that's worse. Maybe you want to come into cross-legged position. But otherwise, if you can be in kneeling position, stay in kneeling position. We're going to take the hands in this position, Anjali Mudra, behind the back. So taking the fingertips together behind your back, and then as you raise your wrists up your back, your hands will hopefully come to join each other. And sometimes it's helpful to just sort of wiggle your way up. If that's a completely impossible task, it might be that you'd like to hold on to your shirt or hold on to a piece of fabric or a cushion in your right hand and in your left hand. Once you have the position that you are going to hold, you're gently encouraging your elbows to come forwards and lifting the chest, slightly lifting the chin. Taking some deep breaths here, which will add on to the tension and the stretch. So go as deeply as is appropriate for you here. And if you have got your hands in Namaste or Anjali Mudra behind your back, then you're gently pushing the heels of your hands together. I could be doing anything behind my back here, couldn't I? And from here, we're going to extend forward. So sending your chin forward, bringing your belly down towards your legs. Bringing yourself almost back to Balasana. Allowing the heels of your hands to peel away if they need to. Breathing nice and steady as much as possible. Bringing your attention to your breath. And coming all the way back up. Releasing. Bringing the hands back to center. And then interlacing the fingers and pushing the heels of the hands away. So extending forwards. Opening up across the backs of your shoulders now and bringing the shoulders towards each other, front of the body instead. Maintaining this position with your hands, bringing your shoulders back into their sockets, your arms back into the shoulder sockets, and then raising the arms all the way up. Very strong on arms and shoulders today. So noticing what feelings that brings up for you and being kind to yourself. Coming all the way back, slowly extending forwards, bringing the hands all the way back. And we need to give our wrists a little bit of a shake again. We're going to come up to a balanced posture. So let's give those wrists a good shake first. Well done, wrists. And forearms, and tucking the toes under. We're coming back up into that squat. And not for very long. Knees are together if that works for you. Lifting the hips now, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend. Up into our forward bend. Another lovely inversion. And then inhaling to come up, standing. We're coming into Vrksasana, tree posture. So always trickier if you're standing on your mat or if you're standing on the carpet. My mat is particularly spongy, so I'm going to go stand on the floor. Taking your left leg to the floor, that's going to be your tree trunk leg, your standing leg, and the right leg is getting ready to move, making sure that your weight is going down through your hip, through the knee, through your foot, and bringing your right foot now to the side, right knee out to the side. And then just encouraging that to happen, giving it a little time, noticing where you feel the restrictions, and then making sure that your shoulders are wide and you've got lots of space in your torso, loads of space, taking your crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And I shall try not to fight too much with the furniture. So staying here for a moment, finding that balance. Now either staying here or bringing the leg up onto the side of the calf. Knee still moving out to the side. Now in Vrksasana, we've got so many lovely options for the arms. We can stay here, we can bring the hands to hips, which can help with alignment. We can bring the arms out to the sides, which helps when we're having a wobbly day to help with balance. Or we can lift up to help receive some energy. Or we can bring the hands together either in Anjali Mudra above our heads, or you might want to interlace all of the fingers apart from the first two and your thumbs and send them up towards the ceiling. And that's just another mudra. So do what works for you. Now you're either staying here with the leg or taking your leg back to the initial position, or you're coming into third position, pushing the sole of your foot into the side of your thigh, inner side. Choose which one feels like it's your one today. And it doesn't mean it's your one forever, tomorrow or later on. You might want to try another variation. So pick whichever variation feels right for you for right now. I'm always engaging the pelvic floor as well and pulling the belly button gently into the spine, lifting the sternum, lengthen the neck, and keeping your standing leg absolutely solid. And remembering to breathe on top of all that. And maybe this would be a fun time to also think of your sankalpa, your intention for yourself going forward in your day, in your week. And then let's hold on to this right knee and bring it in. So bringing it in, wrapping your arms around or holding on underneath, whichever one is more appropriate for you. Nice and strong into that standing leg. Lots of time spent just on one leg. Really pull it in. Hug, hug, hug that thigh in to your chest. Let's get some lovely movement in that hip, right hip. And then keeping this leg up, keeping your right leg up, bringing it down, but holding around the foot, bringing the knees together and pulling your right heel into your right glute. Still keeping your body long, chest lifted. And then release. Let's just give that leg a bit of a swing, a bit of a kick. And the left leg might be feeling a bit like it needs something too. So maybe that one wants a bit of a kick and a wiggle. So now we're strong into the right leg. No rest, no rest. We're moving on. I need to move away from this piece of furniture that's been quietly propping me up. So we are in our first position. Toes nicely opened on the left side now, heel pushing into spleen point. Hands wherever they feel like being. That's quite nice to check what the hips are doing. and breathe. With your hands here, if they are on your hips, you can also check not that you are level right to left and this way, but also whether you're sticking your bottom out behind you, in which case you might need to just tuck your tailbone under a little. Or if you're very, very tucked under, you might need to bring that into a bit more of a neutral position. So we want the whole pelvis to be just in that lovely neutral position, not tilted or tipped anyway. And then let's slide that left foot up or keep it where it is. Lifting the pelvic floor, soften through your shoulders, soften through your jaw. And here we are, moving again, either up or down, or staying where you are. Work out what is right for you for today. Oops, these are my very slidey leggings. Won't be staying anywhere. There we go. Arms are out to the side for balance for me. What have you chosen for your arms here? Let's give the pelvic floor a little bit of a thought here. Well done. Just noticing whether you are a very still, steady tree or whether there's a little bit of movement in your branches today. I've got plenty in mind. And then we're going to bring that left knee now up and into the chest. So again, you're either holding on around the shin or underneath, if that feels better for your knee. Lifting up nice and high. Strong into that standing leg. Engage the right glute here. Be long in that leg as well. And then we're not taking that foot for a touchdown just yet. Holding on to the ankle, bringing the knees together. Maybe even taking the right hand around behind to hold on. Feeling that hopefully in the front of the thigh. And of course, standing leg still going strong. Lifting your sternum away. And then release. A little bit of a kick out. Right leg and left. Whichever one needs it more, maybe both. Take it in turns. And then we're going to roll down to come into a downward facing dog because we haven't been there yet. We haven't done our downward facing dog. My mat is traveling. So all the way down. Oi, walking forward. This is going to feel so lovely after our standing postures. It'll feel great in the backs of your Achilles, in the backs of your calves. Sending your heels down towards the mat. And lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling will give you that lovely stretch all the way along the backs of your legs. Push the floor away, open up under your arms. Widen your shoulders. Give yourself so much space around your head and neck. Room to nod your head. Give your head a nod. Hello, yes. Shake your head. No, I don't think so. Maybe turning your chin from left to right. That's it. Lots of lovely movement in the head. And then settle. Taking your attention back to your ankles. Softening through your toes. And then bringing yourself high up onto your toes. Still remembering to breathe here. Noticing, are you breathing in through your nostrils? And are you breathing out through your nostrils or out through your mouth? Just noticing, still pushing the floor away. And then tipping up with the head. Sending yourself over your shoulders, your shoulders over your wrists, and dropping your hips, coming into a plank. I probably could have been much less confusing there had I just said, take yourself into a strong plank. Thinking about engaging your core here, lifting your pelvic floor, and all of that strength in your torso before taking the knees down to the mat, releasing your feet out behind you, and pushing yourself back into child pose, back into balasana. So that lovely push back, feeling that stretch across the tops of your thighs, extending your body out over your thighs, bringing your forehead down to the mat and releasing your arms. Arms by the sides of your body. Close your eyes here. Find that nice, steady, internal quietness. And then we're coming all the way up to sitting and extending the legs round. So bringing your legs round now. Make sure you have enough space on your mat to lie back. So give yourself space. Take whatever it is you need. Bringing yourself to lie on your back, on your mat, with your knees into your chest, hugging yourself. Big, tight hug. Rolling from side to side, if that's going to feel lovely, into your back. A nice big squeeze. Give yourself a hug. The biggest hug. And then extending your legs out, bringing yourself into Shavasana. So we haven't got a spinal twist today. We're coming straight into our Shavasana. We did our twists and turns standing up today. Close your eyes, lengthen through your neck, through your arms, through your legs, finding that length in your body, finding all the space that you need within. Moving a little, wiggling the shoulders, maybe moving the hips, extending your fingers out and your toes, and then letting everything come to rest, coming into complete relaxation, dropping down into feeling the floor beneath you, feeling completely supported. Inhaling deeply in through your nostrils, exhaling through your mouth or nostrils. With every out-breath, a sense of expansive letting go, generous letting go. With every in-breath, filling up with energy and light and warmth. And your sankalpa, your intention. With every out-breath, making space. With your breath, feeling that opening up through the whole of the body. Sense of peace and calm. A softening, a relaxing. And the joining together of mind, body and spirit through your own practice. Through this movement. Through being here together in this space. Maintaining that space, that peace, that calm, coming to lie on your right side. Still breathing in through your nostrils, still making each breath as deep and as slow and as steady. Your attention perfectly on the breath, following it through from start to finish, each round. When you're ready, starting to feel a sense of needing to move, wanting to move, and coming to sit at your own pace. Take your time. Rolling to your right first. Sitting however works for you, cross-legged or kneeling. Bringing your hands to heart center in Namaste Mudra. Now we're starting to get a little cold this time of year, so let's rub the hands together. Find that warmth in the palms of your hands, energy, and then cupping them over your eyes. Maybe even just gently pressing into your face, the sockets. Taking a deep inhale here. And an exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, opening your eyes into that space. And inhale. On the exhale, floating your hands back to heart center and namaste. Thank you for joining me. I'm joining you.